coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, and welcome to today's program. Well, like I said, welcome to today's program. Nothing is working. Let's try this again.
Don't you think that's the most beautiful hat you've ever seen?
Yes, it's a beautiful hat.
I found that quite annoying.
Well, it's not annoying. That's why we are here.
I'm making popcorn.
All right. Well, go make your popcorn. All right. It's 6:08 this morning. Mr. Clock, would you certify the time?
It's now 6:08 a.m.
6:08 a.m. and we are a blended show. Today's Wednesday, so we're going to be blended. Let me check the calendar up there. Today, tomorrow, and Friday.
And you're right, Evan, and I believe it's 3 days next week, too, that we're going to be blended.
Let me see here. No, week after.
Okay.
16, 17, 18.
So we'll be on WSTU one full week and blended after that the following week. G and Ray out, and, you know, they do a marvelous, fantastic job on WPSL and, you know, but taking a well-deserved break for a little while.
Yep, they gave him a couple of days off, well-deserved, like you said. So you are here with us this morning. So if you want to give us a call in our palatial studios down in Stuart, Florida, our number here is 220-9788, 220-WSTU. And you know what? If you call us up, if you're nice enough on the phone to us, we may just give you a little prize. You never know, because, Bonnie, look at all those things hanging up there on the board.
It looks like there's dozens of them too.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I've been saving them.
Don't know what we did to deserve all of those, but they're lovely gift certificates from Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart, a fine sponsor of the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie.
Definitely so. So you never know. I mean, if you call us up and if we're just in that mood just for calling us, you never know. We might just give you a gift certificate. So anything's possible.
And, you know, they do have the fresh jumbo wraps in the area.
Man,
you
so
have
good.
to say, every time I try one of their fresh jumbo wraps, it reminds me of one of those Nerf footballs we used to toss around when I was a kid, because that's the size and how large Mark does make his fresh jumbo wraps. And, you know, he uses those ingredients. He gets really clever with different things that he tries. He likes to dabble into new stuff on the menu.
I like that. In fact, I just came up with a great idea. I'm gonna give the secret word of the day. It just came right off the top of my head. The secret word of the day today. Okay. And then later on, we're going to ask for people to call. And the first person that calls us with the secret word of the day when we ask for the calls will get an Ellie's $20 gift certificate. How's that sound?
You will want to turn your radio up for this one.
Yeah.
Turn it up so you can hear the secret word.
All right. So hold on. We need a drum roll. There we go. Gotta make it sound good. You know, the big build up. So the secret word of the day
just
today
reminded me of the movie Vacation with with Chevy Chase's mom.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't know if that was very good, but
That's all right. It was good enough. Today's secret word of the day. You ready for it, Bonnie?
we're ready.
It's Bonnie.
No.
Yes, that's the secret word of the day.
You got to change that one.
Why?
Now, because it just makes me feel too honorable.
No.
Too darn honorable, and I don't know if I'm worthy or deserving.
No, because tomorrow's secret word will be my name.
That's funny.
Yeah. And see, we got to make it easy.
We should make it to like Tom Brady or something, because like he's big in the news today.
But a lot of people don't like him.
You know, I didn't want him to keep winning and winning and winning, but I do respect him. I do respect him now a whole lot.
Okay.
So do you want to keep it at Bonnie, or should we change it to Tom Brady?
Maybe Dan Marino would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan?
Since he's got ties to Florida.
I know.
All right.
Did you ever meet Dan Marino?
I did one time.
I thought you might.
Yeah, one time in an event that I did at a car dealership. He was there for a gala event, and I got my picture, and Rachel got a picture with him, and it was really cool.
Man, I would love to meet him for sure.
He's a real stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Really is.
Yeah. Who's that other football player, the famous Joe Namath?
Joe Willie
is
Yep.
the one to the south of us too.
Mr. Pantyhose.
Boy, I would sure love to meet him too.
Yeah.
He seems really like a stand-up kind of fella.
Mm-hmm.
When-
All right, so you
yeah.
pick a secret word. Anything but your name and Tom Brady.
I don't know.
Anywhere. How about Ellie's?
There you go.
Okay. How's
Yep,
that one?
That's perfect,
All right.
Evan.
All right.
Way to think on your toes this morning.
Well, I'm not standing on my toes.
Ellie's is perfect.
All right. So
That's-
secret
yeah.
word of the day is Ellie's. Okay. So a little later on in the 8:00 hour, we're going to ask you to call towards the end of the program. And if you're the first person to call with the secret word of the day, we will give you a $20 gift certificate to Ellie's Downtown Deli right here in beautiful Stuart, Florida. And once you go to Ellie's, you will never go anywhere else. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. And, the weather, it would have been a nice day yesterday. The weather kind of warmed up. It got sunny out.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's nice to just go and sit on Ellie's Downtown Deli on their patio outside when that sun starts shining.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree wholeheartedly.
They're down there on Colorado Avenue, and he has a really quaint, kind of cute kind of setup there.
Sure does.
And, drink a glass of wine, have their signature salad.
Mm.
Everything is delicious on the menu.
Sounds so good. Notice I am not wearing my winter coat today. Why are you looking at my feet?
Oh, because I thought you were going to show me something on your shoes that I'm not wearing my...
No, you have your shoelace is untied. Be careful, please.
I know, right? These
Yeah,
are
be
my new
careful.
shoes, and they
I
come
know.
untied.
They
I
look
even had to
great.
stop on my Saturday morning run to tie them.
Okay.
That's miserable. I got to tie them double tied and tight.
Like a child.
I know.
Double knot, Bonnie, double knot. So yeah, I'm not wearing my winter coat that I've had on the last couple of days because the weather has warmed up a little bit. It was 60 this morning, which was nice and welcoming.
And I got to say, Gary is the Tom Brady of my household this week.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me why.
Because he pushed me yesterday to get outside and put up our above ground pool.
Really?
We redid it again. Remember a couple of weeks ago we tried and we were at each other's throats because the ground wasn't level enough for that type of pool.
Okay.
And the water started soaking out one side.
Mhm.
Well, we redid the whole thing.
So instead of your pool being like this, it was kind of like cockeyed.
Yeah,
like
it was
Okay.
at a slant. And thanks to Gary's hard labor, he broke some ground with I bought a pitchfork.
Mhm.
I bought a heavy duty rake from.
Get a couple of bales of hay.
I went to. We didn't have the hay. I almost
okay.
bought topsoil.
Okay.
extra topsoil to put
Okay.
in there. But yeah,
Okay.
he went out and raked that whole thing. He leveled the ground.
Mhm.
Got me out of. I was in my PJs yesterday, just
Mhm.
lounging.
Mhm.
He made me, get up off the couch.
You're
and
being lazy.
I was. So we went and laid out that tarp, and we laid out that pool again, and started. He put the pump on. We
Yeah.
started filling. Everything's coming up nice
Yeah.
and even. We had to turn it off by dark last night because it takes like 7 hours maybe to fill.
That's a lot of water.
So I'm going to complete it today with my fingers crossed.
Was the pump working? Did you finally figure the pump out? Because I know you had issues with that darn pump.
He went on YouTube and did the figuring out.
Okay.
But then, we had to unassemble it before when things went awry a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
So upon disassembling, I took those parts that go on the inside of the pool and I kept them in order purposely on the kitchen table.
Okay.
So that when we went back to assemble, we knew exactly which part went, because there's 3 separate holes for it.
Right.
3 separate things where like tubes and pipes go in.
So you were dining with pool parts for the last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is up and it's looking good. It's looking nice and even.
Okay.
And it's an Intex, and then getting the wrinkles and the creases out of it, while the water is going in, it's like heavy canvas that you're pulling. Well, I'm glad it's heavy because it makes sure that
durable.
It's heavy duty, durable, like you said.
Right.
Oh.
Okay, so the pool is set. It's almost filled up.
Yeah.
The weather's warming up. It's supposed to be gorgeous this weekend.
I know.
So could we possibly see Bonnie on the roof doing a swan dive into the water?
I thought about doing that before.
Is it close enough?
After seeing Jackass, Did you ever see that?
Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that show oodles of time. There's a new one coming out.
There is.
Yes, there's a brand new one coming out to theaters.
Can anybody get more
Yes.
stupid than the incidences they had on
Oh, some of the crap
first
they
ones?
do on that show is ridiculous.
In fact, I think one of the first episodes was a guy actually jumping off the roof of a hotel or an apartment somewhere into a pool, and he misses. It's just
well, Steve-O's amazing. He does
Steve-O.
Steve-O does some weird crap. That's all I got to say. He's
They-
a funny guy.
They can keep the stunts and they can do the stunts. I would never try to, take a jump off my roof into the pool.
Now, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Would Topanga or Jaden be gutsy enough to do that?
No.
Okay. All right.
I don't think the kids are smarter than me.
Okay. All right.
But
So what you're telling me, wait a minute. Okay, let me make sure I get this right. So what you're telling me is that you would go and get on your roof, get a ladder, get on your roof. The pool is close enough to the roof.
It was
It
we had the summer waves
Right.
pool set up
Right.
before, and it was
How far away is the pool now from the house?
from the house. It's probably a good maybe 10 feet. Or
So you need a running start.
You would need a running start off of a
downhill,
slanty
of
roof.
course. Downhill, of course. All right, and there goes Bonnie in her Supergirl costume, face first with a big dive into the pool. I can just imagine that.
But I'll probably be in there swimming by this afternoon. Jaden will definitely be in there on Saturday. So I'm going to take a little sample of water and go to my favorite pool place so they can hook me up with some chemicals
Okay.
for later on.
Little did you know, Bonnie, we have somebody on site right now at your home, and they're there with a microphone, and I think Gary's up on the roof, and he's about to dive in. So let's listen. Oh, there you go. Wow, Gary just jumped right in off the roof.
That sounds beautiful. I was going to say, not my Gary,
Yeah.
but that sounds pretty
Right,
smooth.
that was sounding like a pretty good dive there, if you ask me.
It sounds like he's all right then.
Yeah, he's having a good time.
Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, we just love to have fun on a Wednesday morning.
But people have told me that do have that Intex above ground inflatable. People have told me some good things about them.
It's a very good pool. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
Yeah. And I was hesitant because I didn't want to get an inflatable. I don't know what it is. I just like the heavy frame of that pool and in the water. But
now, did you have to put air? Did you have to fill it up with air?
Yeah,
it's an electric pump, I hope, right?
Yeah.
That puts air in it.
And there's a weird science about it. There's like a top ring that you fill up first on that pool.
Right.
You fill up that ring, and then you get your unit on, of course, the filter pump, and then you start filling.
Right, and then as you fill, the pool rises.
It raises.
Right,
yeah.
it rises.
Yeah.
And the reason you fill the top with air because the top is the actual support system
You're right.
of the pool.
It is.
So, and the water will cause it to rise up.
That's absolutely correct.
And then you can eventually do this. God, that sounds good.
And it's warm in here. It's making me really want to go swimming right now.
Okay.
And,
Well, we can arrange that.
I know the beaches are open, but boy, it was breezy yesterday too. I bet the rip currents out there are kind of. I bet you got to watch for the rip currents.
For sure, definitely. It is 6:21 right now. It is news time on the Get Up and Go show. It is all brought to you this morning by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit them now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A controversial abortion ban bill is set to make its first stop in the state Senate today.
The Fetal and Infant Mortality Reduction Bill, which would prevent doctors in most cases from performing abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, goes in front of the Senate Health Policy Committee. Member Senator Lauren Book opposes it.
As a survivor of sexual assault and simply as a human being, I am appalled, disgusted, the very consideration of all of these measures as cruel and unusual punishments.
House version sponsor Representative Aaron Grawl says it preserves life.
We will be saving approximately nearly 5,000 babies a year.
Her bill is one committee approval away from advancing to the full House. I'm Eric Rodriguez.
The sheriff of Broward County is in hot water. The FDLE found that Sheriff Gregory Toney repeatedly lied on government documents. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll review the report before deciding what to do. A new report says the number of COVID-19 patients in Florida hospitals is decreasing. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says just over 8,700 patients with the virus were hospitalized as of yesterday. That's down from just over 9,000 on Monday. In Stewart, police officers found a man lying on the ground, shot in the chest, and in need of medical treatment in a residential backyard Saturday, according to a report from Stewart Police. Andrew Karasonyi, who lived in a home at the intersection of East 14th Street and Southeast Apache Avenue, was airlifted to Lawnwood Regional Medical Center and Heart Institute in Fort Pierce, where he later died, the report said. Before police arrived, a man had called emergency dispatchers and said his neighbor shot him, according to the report. Officers arrived at the home near J.D. Parker Elementary around 2:35 p.m. Saturday. Karasonyi is listed as the owner of the home, according to the property appraiser records. Karasonyi was found dead, shot, and resting on the step to the back door of his home, according to the report. A responding officer said he found a different man on the ground outside the front door across the street from where Karasonyi was found, the report said. Police said they tried to calm the man, who had been sprayed with a canned substance and was yelling in pain. Stewart Police Lieutenant Richard Shine later said the canned substance was wasp spray. The man was taken to Cleveland Clinic Martin North Hospital for treatment, investigators said. No arrests have been made as of Tuesday afternoon. The investigation is ongoing. Starting next month, Duke Energy Florida customers will be getting higher bills. This comes amid higher than expected fuel costs for power plants. The Public Service Commission approved a Duke request to charge customers an additional $314 million. Calling it the Learning with Dignity Act, several Democratic lawmakers gathered in Tallahassee to support legislation that would require public schools to provide feminine hygiene products free to students. House Bill sponsor Kelly Skidmore says feminine hygiene products should be as accessible as toilet paper and paper towels in bathrooms.
Our students are missing class because they don't have the money or simply don't have the access to tampons or pads when they need it.
The bills would require school districts to make those products available in female restrooms. A new Suffolk University poll of likely Florida voters gives Governor Ron DeSantis an 8-point lead over President Biden in a hypothetical 2024 matchup. Former President Trump has a 3-point margin over Biden in Florida. Officials in Martin County on Tuesday unanimously approved a mixed-use development along a waterfront area of Rio that has been in the works for several years. Known as the Rio Marine Village Project, it will include 192 residential units, 3 restaurants housed in 2 buildings, marine and retail buildings alongside with refurbished boat basins. A master plan for the eastern portion of the project was approved in 2018. And lastly, this afternoon, more SpaceX Starlink satellites are slated to head into space. And then Saturday afternoon, the private space company Astra is planning its first launch from Florida using a rocket designed to fit inside a standard shipping container to hold down costs. It's decided. Tom Brady, winner of 7 Super Bowl titles and 3 MVP awards, has officially called it a career. After a weekend of speculation over his future, he did announce his retirement on social media yesterday morning. Now, the GOAT is retiring, but Tampa Bay Bucks general manager Jason Licht says he and coach Bruce Arians agree that they still have a strong foundation even without Tom Brady.
PA has already said that this isn't a rebuild, this is a reload. I look at it a little bit as a remodel.
7 of 9 players who made the Pro Bowl are under contract, and Light says a lot of teams wish they were in the Bucs' position. News time, we have 6:27, and we'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
.28 is the time on the Get Up and Go show this morning. It's a blended show this morning. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Seacoast Air Conditioning. Don't roast, call Seacoast. Bonnie?
And Evan, it's a really nice looking ride this morning. So if you're heading the Turnpike, everything's smooth right there, north and southbound. US 1, everything is up to speed throughout Martin County, St. Lucie County. Yeah, if you're heading out and you've got to be there by 7 to work, you should arrive on time. No tie-ups. If you see something, say something. We're at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. And you're just waking up to a nice, mild morning here on the Treasure Coast. Stuart, we have 67 right now. And here's a look at our weather from WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front could trigger a few more showers across the area, highs in the upper 70s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 6:32 on the Get Up and Go show. It's a blended show this morning. G and Ray have a couple of days off. They'll be back next Monday. So if you want to give us a call, remember the secret word of the day, Bonnie. What is that again?
Oh, I almost forgot, but how could I?
That's right.
Yeah. Shh, shh. We can't give it again. We already gave it in the 6 o'clock hour.
Oh.
Or did you want to give it out one more time?
Yeah, I want people to know what it is.
All right.
All right, go ahead.
It's Ellie's.
Okay, very good. So it's Ellie's. Okay, and if you're listening, make sure and listen in the 8 o'clock hour later this morning, and we'll tell you when to call in with the secret word of the day. We will give you a $20 gift certificate from Ellie's Downtown Deli right here in Stuart, Florida.
Yeah, and they will warm you up with a hot bowl of soup. Chef Mark makes the fresh hot soup daily at Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
Oh, it's so good. Let's do some viral videos. So I found 3 TikTok videos by the same guy. It's a granddad. Yes, a grandfather is on TikTok.
I love it.
Yes.
Now, did his granddaughter, maybe a young lady or maybe a young fella, get him onto TikTok and get granddad hooked up?
He goes by TikTok Gramps.
Okay.
TikTok Gramps. And he does great imitations of animals, characters, and even objects. And he gets tons and tons of hits because he also shows you exactly how to do them. Now, he's been at it for a few years, and one of his classic clips is where he takes an empty, which one is this one? I'm not sure. Okay. He takes an empty paper towel roll and does a really good roaring lion. And he doesn't use props for a crying baby or a barking dog. So I have one video of him and the other are 2 audio clips. So I'm going to play the video so you can see it and then the listeners can listen. So here we go.
Let's get ready for Lion King with the roar challenge. Empty paper towel roll, a snort, and a hiss. Your turn.
Is that amazing?
That grandpa reminds me of Captain Kangaroo.
Right?
Somebody should hook him up with his own TV show for kids, kind of like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's like a really fun grandpa. Now, when you said grandpa in a TikTok video, I thought he was going to be chugging beer or something.
No.
Or, sitting out lounging in the backyard having a whiskey.
No. Here's another one of his TikTok videos, but I just have the audio of it this time. It's of him showing you how to bark like a dog and a little dog. So listen.
I thought today I would teach you how to bark like a dog. First thing you want to be able to do is to kind of make a singing noise. But you want to do that backwards by breathing in. And you're going to do it really quickly at the same time trying to make a barking sound. Or a smaller dog. With the bigger dog, you want to kind of use that snort at the end just to kind of add a little flair to it. With a they have to do that. Happy barking.
Is that amazing?
I'm guessing that he has small grandchildren that he's doing this for.
He's a genius.
And, here I thought maybe one of the teens or tweens got him into this. Well, maybe they did, but I bet his grandchildren are itty bitty and small, and Grandpa wants to make sure that they remember him. And certainly now they will.
So here's the last one of him showing you how to, I guess, cry like a baby. Let me refresh it.
Your response to my roar video was so overwhelming, I thought I would do another one. This one is called The Baby Cry, and I challenge you to try it.
This is great.
The first hum, then open your mouth, go high. Now you can use that for a baby. Give it your best shot.
The guy's a pure genius.
I think he got into one of the tweens' weed pens or something.
Oh, man.
I think he's been smoking something.
I think he's been doing the funny stuff, if you ask me, Bonnie.
Yeah.
Wow. this morning.
Oh, yeah. There's a 40-second clip of some women posing now. You know how women they get in these sexy ads and they look sexy. They're
Right.
great for selling cars to men,
Mhm.
beer. Well, over in Russia, there's women dressed in lingerie. And guess what they're selling, Evan?
I saw that. That's a dead issue as far as I'm concerned.
They're selling caskets.
In lingerie.
Yeah. There's a mortuary in Russia. 40-second clip of them posing with various wood caskets in a dimly lit church or a space that's supposed to look like a church. They're in black lingerie, and the outfits are pretty sexy and revealing. Now, the mortuary's 29-year-old social media manager came up with the idea, and the 35-year-old owner approved it. But there's no word yet on how it's driving its sales.
Wow.
So do you think a sexy woman right there in the black lingerie, Evan, would she sell you a casket?
Well, it depends. Depends. Are they wearing black lingerie?
Black lingerie.
I mean, think about that. Black lingerie. That's very interesting. I think it's a great sales tactic. I really do.
Yeah, I think it's kind of clever.
Mhm.
Who's to say how should you sell a casket? And if it's appealing to, the masses over there in Russia, which we don't know if it is yet, they're just first trying it out. Why not use women in a lingerie commercial for your casket?
Why not? Bonnie, since Tom Brady has been in the news the last couple of days.
Oh, I was just going to add that those ladies, they might raise a dead man up.
In more ways than one.
Okay, go on.
All right. That was good. I like that. That was a good one, Bonnie.
That's
okay. I came. Oh, no, if you want to add to it, please do.
Heavens, no.
Okay. All right. I came across the top 5 signs that Tom Brady plans, top 5 things Tom Brady plans to do in his retirement.
Oh boy. Oh, did you come up with this? A top 5 list?
No, I did not. I found it.
Okay.
I'm not. I could stake the claim to fame, but I'm not going to.
Because sometimes you do that sort of thing. You
every
do
once in a while.
And Phil writes his own top 10.
Right.
But okay.
No, this was found online. The top 5 things Tom Brady plans to do in retirement. Coming in at number 5, he plans to become the number 1 smile model on the internet.
Yeah, and he could, he could be like on a commercial for Smiles Direct or something. Yeah. He's got that Tom Brady, always good looking.
Okay.
Very good looking.
This next one, this next one fits you perfectly to a T. Okay, and when I read it, you'll understand why. Coming in at number 4, Tom Brady plans to open a low-cost ear-piercing store in Tampa. You know what it's going to be called?
I have no idea.
The Buck-an-Ear. Get it?
Yes.
Buccaneer.
I get it. I get it. Because you referred to my real last name.
Yes.
Where they used to pay us $1 an arrow.
Yep. The Buck-an-Ear. That was great. I saw that and I was like, oh man, Bonnie's gonna love this one.
My last name being Buccanero.
I love it.
We really got teased. I really got teased when I was a kid.
Did you really?
Bonnie $1 an arrow.
Oh my gosh. Coming in at number 3, spend more quality time staring at his beautiful wife.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And it's amazing. I think he wanted to quit because of more of the quality time with his family. And he mentioned this week eating waffles at the Waffle House with the kids.
Could you imagine Tom Brady walking into a Waffle House in Tampa and sitting down with his beautiful wife and his children?
Yeah.
The place would be in pandemonium.
They wouldn't be concentrating on their waffles.
No, he probably asked to throw waffles. Coming in at number 2, he would enter a Super Bowl trophy tossing contest. That's the number 2 thing.
Because of what happened last year after the Super Bowl.
Tossing it from the boat.
They were tossing the trophy.
Yep.
Yeah, that was dangerous for that trophy.
Yep. Coming in at number 1, the number 1 thing that Tom Brady plans to do in his retirement, start a carrot and green onion farm where he'll offer Brady bunches.
And I would go to that.
There
Tom
you go.
Brady, and I know he has always ate his vegetables because he likes to stay healthy. I would definitely go to a vegetable Tom Brady farm.
Would you really?
I would be there in a heartbeat.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet he'd have good health tips for you too.
Ooh.
Talk about staying in shape, getting
Okay.
those 6-pack abs.
Uh-huh.
I could handle it.
Okay.
Okay.
Very interesting. All right, it's let me see here. It's 6:42. Time for news brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Please go see our very, very good friend Hawk Levy. Bonnie's got the headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. And a controversial abortion ban bill is set to make its first stop in the state Senate today.
The Fetal and Infant Mortality Reduction Bill, which would prevent doctors in most cases from performing abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, goes in front of the Senate Health Policy Committee. Member Senator Lauren Book opposes it.
As a survivor of sexual assault and simply as a human being, I am appalled, disgusted. The very consideration of all of these measures as cruel and unusual punishments.
House version sponsor Representative Aaron Grawl says it preserves life.
We will be saving approximately nearly 5,000 babies a year.
Her bill is one committee approval away from advancing to the full House. I'm Eric Rodriguez.
A new report says the number of COVID-19 patients in Florida hospitals is decreasing. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says just over 8,700 patients with the virus were hospitalized as of yesterday. That's down from just over 9,000 on Monday. A proposal aimed at limiting how various race-related concepts are discussed in classrooms and workplace training sessions passed a second House panel Tuesday in Tallahassee. Instruction or training that promotes concepts such as any person being inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, would be prohibited. House sponsor Representative Brian Avila says the measure is geared toward ensuring people don't face hostility on the job or in school.
No individual is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, solely by virtue of his or her race or sex.
Democrats say the bill is an attempt to stifle educators from teaching about some difficult parts of American history. St. Lucie Public Schools, like many other school districts across the state, is struggling to hire workers, specifically bus drivers, food service workers, and maintenance workers. On Monday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., the district will host a job fair at district headquarters in Port St. Lucie to hopefully hire 20 or 25 new employees per each position. Indian River State College will open the Eastman Advanced Workforce Training Complex in early 2023. The 60,000 square foot facility will be home to several hands-on vocational programs such as HVAC welding, refrigeration, and auto and marine manufacturing. Campus president Dr. Timothy Moore said he's working to bring in industry partners such as Ford, GM, Piper Aircraft, and Derrickter Shipyards to work with the students. Tim Bird, the Birdman's funeral and burial arrangements have been made by his family. The service is set for today at the Beacon Baptist Church of Jupiter at 2. The broadcaster passed away peacefully on Thursday morning from pneumonia. His business partner, Neil London, will host a rally outside the church starting today at 1:30, a tribute rally of assorted vehicles from Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, Supercar Week sponsors, and individual car owners and military vehicles from Project 425 will line up in rally formation and escort Tim Bird's family, said London. The procession will be led by Palm Beach Sheriff's Office from the church to the cemetery, London said. And lastly, Simon Cowell got in a second e-bike crash and broke his left arm. He's healing at home. He was going 20 miles per hour, slipped on a wet road, and went flying over his handlebars, all without wearing a helmet. A source said Simon had blood all over his face, like, quote, something from Phantom of the Opera. And another source added that Simon is doing well and healing at home. His last e-bike accident was in August 2020 when he broke his back in 3 places. Former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores is suing the team and the NFL, claiming racial discrimination. Last month, after letting Flores go, team owner Stephen Ross claimed it was because he did not collaborate well with the organization.
I don't think that we were really working well as an organization that it would take to really win consistently at the NFL level.
Flores, the 29 season, Flores rejected Ross's order to tank, offering him $100,000 for every loss in order to help the Dolphins get a better draft pick. News time is 6:47, and we'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
$6:49 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie, what's going on?
No accidents to report for this Groundhog Day. And if you're traveling on the turnpike on I-95 this morning, everything looking good out there. Everything up to speed right now, north and southbound. Our U.S. Highway 1 is looking good, and this for both Martin and St. Lucie County. Whenever you see traffic, always let us know at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. And it's 62 this morning in Port St. Lucie. Up in Fredericksburg, Virginia, it's 23. And here's more on our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front could trigger a few more showers across the area, highs in the upper 70s.
I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
New England Patriots said they would not sign him. Tampa Bay Bucks said that they sure could use him. What happened next was just one of those things. Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. His quarterback skills are often debated. Unlike football's records can't be deflated. You can say all your ridiculous things. Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. He throws him, they catch him. He plays him, they beat him. He's got him, you want him. He's Tom Brady's got 7 Super Bowl rings. He's got him, you want him.
Little parody song there of from Ariana Grande talking about Tom Brady there.
Tom Brady and retiring and, well-deserved Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He's 44.
I can't believe that.
And, when you think about, what has he played for some 22 seasons now in the NFL, huge success. And 44 is still a young age. Just think if, and how football, it kind of beats up your body and then you got to retire, when you're kind of young, or
Right.
got to get out of it sometime when you're kind of young. But, just think if you had to hang up your headphones, at the age of 44.
Oh, no. That's just, I can't fathom that.
I'm just putting that into a perspective because, the man plays and loves his football and he always plays to win. And it just kind of gives me goosebumps to think that, if I couldn't speak into this microphone when I got to be a certain age either. And what do you do? But, Tom, the road ahead of him, I'm sure he'll have plenty to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the guy is worth so much money. He's made so much money and he's so popular. So now what? No more football. I don't know. I'm not sure. Is he gonna, is he gonna retire? Is he gonna, stay out a year? Is he gonna then all of a sudden come back and do another last hurrah?
Is he going to stay out of the headlines? Is he going to be a part of the headlines? He's the GOAT. And with a man like him, it's just got to make you kind of wonder what he's going to do.
Yeah, definitely so. Hi, good morning. You're on the radio.
It's Palm City Charlie. Well, his wife is worth more than double.
Well, I would hope so. She's definitely she's a gorgeous lady without a doubt.
Her legs are both more than double.
Well, I hope her legs are insured too.
Tall gazelle with some beautiful legs. Just a beautiful body all over. What can I say?
Definitely. So hey, don't forget the word of the day is Ellie for Ellie's Downtown Deli, and coming up in the 8:00 hour, we're gonna ask you to call in and be the first person to call and give us the word of the day, and we will give you a $20 gift certificate. It's that simple, Bonnie.
Yeah, just be on it like a hip pocket.
That's it. I like that. Be on it like a hip pocket and give us a call.
Well, I didn't come up with that.
That's all right. Don't go.
One of our sponsors did.
All right, there you go.
The word of the day is Ellie's.
That's right, Ellie. So make sure and listen for the 8:00 hour, and we'll tell you to call in. We're WSU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast. It's a blended show this morning. G and Ray on vacation for a couple of days, and we'll be back right after the news.
live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is the Wednesday edition of the program.
If you want to feel funky, feel free. Please don't spread that funk on me.
All right, well, that's fine. We'll feel as funky as we want.
Who wants to have some fun?
Well, Bonnie and I want to have a lot of fun.
Do you really want to have fun?
Yes, we want to have a whole boatload of fun this morning. It's 7:08 this morning.
It's now 7:08 a.m.
7:08 a.m. on a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation, as they say. Well deserved, right, Bonnie?
Yeah, and welcome to Groundhog's Day, I guess. Groundhog Day, February 2nd, is today. And, Evan, we can only hope that groundhog doesn't see its shadow this morning.
That means no more winter.
Yes, because, for people up in the Northeast and, around some areas of like Kentucky and Tennessee,
right?
They're expected to go through some ice storms. So I wonder how our good friend George is panning out up there.
We'll have to find out.
With the roads being icy and very dangerous conditions, some of that black ice, with the freezing rain, you can't even see. You can't even see that there's like a sheet of ice over the highway.
Oh, wow.
So it can call for some very dangerous situations.
Okay.
And Puxatawny Phil, please don't see your shadow coming up today. We don't want any more winter, especially for people, in that part of our nation.
All right. Sounds good. Let's get to our birthday segment. Today is 2222. 222222. How about that one?
Yeah.
That will never, ever happen again.
It won't, will it?
No.
Yeah, only once in a lifetime.
No, we went through 1111. Now we're 2222. I don't think I'll be around for 3333. Neither will you or a lot of people.
I guess we won't now.
No.
I mean, I wish we could make it happen.
But I'll take 22222222 any day. Jeez. All right, Bonnie, what do you got for me to start off for birthdays?
Oh, happy birthday to Shelly Marco, my friend in town. And we want to say happy birthday to Miss Michael. And she was our massage therapy teacher when I went to the massage therapy school here in town. So Miss Michael, Shelly, happy birthday to you now. Oh, Evan, I want to show you something too.
Show me the money, Bonnie.
It's Groundhog Day.
Okay.
And this is what I did with my gals. Okay, so there's my stepdaughter right here. So this is
on the right.
Yeah.
Now, is that a recent picture?
No.
Because she looks like 9 years old there.
She was younger, yes.
She's very pretty.
Thank you, Topanga. And this is Groundhog's Day from just a few years ago. And we were all together on a Saturday where she had some girlfriends over.
What's the date on that? It says 2018 or 19 is when
18
it's
or
from.
19, maybe.
Okay, wow.
The kids are young. And so I had them make a groundhog cake that
You're
day.
making me very hungry right now.
And the girls got really creative and they designed and decorated this cake with a groundhog on it. So they didn't do a bad job. I wish our listening audience could see it. But this was like a chocolate cake and, they put colorful M&Ms and made a brown groundhog on the cake.
It is kind of cute. I do like that.
I thought they did a really good job with it.
They did a fantabulous job.
They could be on one of those cake bake-off shows, where you get creative baking the different cakes and such.
Ooh. Okay.
And I like to get creative too with the kids, if they're there with me like on a Saturday. You kind of step out of the box, get creative, and do something different.
This is true. This is very, very true. All right. So we have Sony Bringus. That's Ramona Gibbler on Fuller House, 20 years old today. Don't know who that is.
Fuller House.
Yeah,
but
Fuller
that
House.
came with the Full House gang. With Coulier and the comedian that we just lost not too long ago. And he made that episode of Fuller House, from the original Full House. They stepped out of the show and they did a remake on that one.
Let's see here. Well, also, Shakira. Shakira. We love Shakira. You know who Shakira is?
Yeah, she performed in the Super Bowl. Was it last year or was it the year?
I think it was with J-Lo.
Before with J-Lo.
Yeah.
What was that last year?
It was the Battle of the Booties.
But I remember them performing, and I thought, they did a pretty good job. Now, how could I forget when I was talking about Full House and Fuller House prior? Bob Saget,
Oh,
the late
yes.
Bob Saget had been the huge dad icon, the star of that show. But anyway, how old is Shakira?
Shakira's 45 years old today, Bonnie. Wow. Can't believe that. Donald Driver, 47 years old today. That's the former NFL wide receiver who helped the Packers beat the Steelers in Super Bowl 45.
Oh, yeah. I was up in Wisconsin watching that Super Bowl that year. And man, when the Packers lose and you're out at a pub up in Wisconsin watching this, there's some people in there getting angry. They get so angry when the Packers don't do it.
The Counting Crows' former drummer, Ben Mize, is 51 years old today. Robert DeLeo from the Stone Temple Pilots is 56. Oh, the lovely Christy Brinkley. Her daughter, Sailor, is a model also.
Yeah, she is. Would that be Billy Joel's daughter? I think
I do believe
Billy
so.
Joel is dad. And I know I've seen mother and daughter together wearing the bikinis. Christy Brinkley still looking top notch in one. Yeah, I've seen them together in some commercial things too.
Dog the Bounty Hunter. How about that one? Oh, did I tell you how old Christy Brinkley was?
I'm going to guess 67.
Oh, you're one off, 68.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dog the Bounty Hunter, 69 years old.
Oh, is he now?
Yes. Real name Dwayne Chapman.
Yeah.
Wow. Graham Nash, 80 years old today, from Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Tommy Smothers is 85. A few legendary superstars started as writers on the Smothers Brothers Comedy Hour, such as Rob Reiner, Super Dave Osborne, and Steve Martin. Wow, amazing. Farrah Fawcett, celebrating a birthday in the heavens.
She died on the same day of Michael Jackson.
Did she really?
Yeah, and that's where the whole thing was. Like Farrah Fawcett, I grew up with, and fabulous. And when the day she died, Michael Jackson's death came too. So it kind of like overshadowed, the stories and the news of a Farrah Fawcett dying. Yeah.
Wow. Let's rewind the clock. Let's go back in the day, because it's one of my favorite segments that we get to do. Also, we get to talk about what happened in the past.
Yeah, February 2nd, back on this day in history. So 135 years ago, in 1887, was when the first Groundhog Day was celebrated in Puxatawney, Pennsylvania. Grand Central Terminal, 109 years ago, was opened in New York City on this date in 1913. Have you ever been out there and around that area, Grand Central Terminal, Evan? You have been? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said Grand Central Terminal. You're talking about the one in New York, Grand Central Station.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've been in there. Yes.
I've never gotten a chance to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I've just never been to New York City.
It's really cool. It's very, very cool. There's a lot of history in there. There is.
I always just find it so fascinating, anything to visit up that way, because I've never been. 53 years ago in 1969, horror legend Boris Karloff died, and he was 81.
Oh, wow.
And he died of emphysema. We also lost a terrific actor, Philip Seymour Hoffman, on the state. He died 8 years ago in 2014. He died in the middle of filming the final Hunger Games movie.
Well, I guess the movie never finished then. If he passed away while he was filming the movie, or how does that work?
No, they have a way of, doing that and, making it happen after the fact. If one of their actors does die, still the movie is going to go through. But Philip was 46, and I think he died of a heroin overdose.
Ooh.
But he was
not good.
I thought he was just one of the great character actors. And 7 years ago in 2015, NFL Hall of Famer Warren Sapp was arrested in Phoenix. He was charged with soliciting a prostitute and assault He was in town to cover Super Bowl 49 for the NFL Network, and after his arrest, they fired him.
I remember reading the news story about that. Yeah, it was all over, it was plastered all over the headlines.
Oh, yeah. So February 2nd, that is our look at back in the day.
And of course, today is National Groundhog Day. So again, like Bonnie was mentioning and talking about all morning long, if Punxsutawney Phil goes out and sees his shadow, what does that mean, Bonnie?
If he sees his shadow, he's going to run in that little hole and hide somewhere. And he won't get out until the weather gets warm. So that means there's going to be, what do they say,
six or 8 more weeks
of winter.
But if he does see his shadow.
If he does see the shadow. If he doesn't, it should be all good.
Well,
Whether
I
or
went
not
out.
all that is true, I don't know, but there's something to it.
Well, I just went outside this morning.
Yeah.
Just now to get something out of my vehicle.
Did you see your shadow?
I didn't see a darn thing.
Oh, maybe that's a good
So that's
thing.
a good thing. Well, that's a good thing.
A good thing that some, better weather will be coming, especially for our folks and friends and relatives that are up north.
Have you ever seen a hedgehog?
A hedgehog should be very much like a groundhog, right?
Well, it's National Hedgehog Day.
It is.
It is. Hedgehogs are painfully cute, literally. Discover what it's like to have one of these cuties and go out and buy a hedgehog.
I guess groundhogs, supposedly they don't live very long. And there's a place up in New Jersey where it looks like their little groundhog, I think they had to cancel festivities up that way.
Really?
Yeah. I'm trying to find the city where that was in, but New Jersey, where they really celebrate the Groundhog Day too. I think they canceled like all of their festivities because their little star, the groundhog, died recently. And I don't think they live too long. I think they have a lifespan of only maybe 3 years or 3 or more years, but not very long. So
how about this one? It's National Tater Tot Day, Bonnie.
Oh, yummy.
I love me some tater tots.
You know where I had the best tater tots
Where?
not too long ago? Highway 55.
Oh, the burger joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had a choice of fries or tater tots, and I went with the tots. Man, Evan, they were some of the best tater tots I've ever had.
We will buy tater tots at the store, and they do sell them seasoned with an onion flavor to them.
These sort of did too. They kind of had a seasoning and a texture about them. Like, wow, they had some great flavor. And I got a chance we had a gift card last night, so we ate from the Outback Steakhouse last night.
Oh, I am so jelly.
I got to go, and boy, they have it together. We just called. The guy on the phone was really friendly with the order. Just went to pick up, and I got those. I think they call it the blooming shrimp. I think they have the blooming fries. They have like blooming shrimp on the.
Don't they have the blooming
menu.
onion too, or something?
Or
like
blooming onion.
Yeah.
That's what it is that they're kind of famous for.
All right.
But the blooming shrimp was really good.
It's also National Crepe Day. Oh, I love me some crepes. They're so good.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you put the cherries Jubilee on them. So good. National Girls and Women in Sports Day. So make sure and honor a female athlete. National Heavenly Hash Day. It's like all the foods are having their days today. And that doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah, and we need to go out and eat some. So,
yes.
Yeah.
It doesn't sit well because we're hungry.
It calls for breakfast, I
Yes,
think.
It does. It's time for news right now. It's all brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit them now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie is standing by with the morning headlines. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Police officer Stewart found a man lying on the ground, shot in the chest and in need of medical treatment in a residential backyard Saturday, according to a report from Stewart Police. Andrew Karasonier, who lived in a home at the intersection of East 14th Street and Southeast Apache Avenue, was airlifted to Lawnwood Regional Medical Center and Heart Institute in Fort Pierce, where he later died. The report said before police arrived, a man had called emergency dispatchers and said his neighbor shot him, according to the report. Officers arrived at the home near J.D. Park Elementary around 2:35 p.m. Saturday. Karasonier is listed as the owner of the home. Karasonier was found shot and resting on the step to the back door of his home, according to the report. A responding officer said he found a different man on the ground outside the front door of a house across the street from where Karasonier was found. Police said they tried to calm the man who had been sprayed with a canned substance and was yelling in pain. Stewart Police Lieutenant Richard Shine later said the canned substance was wasp spray. The man was taken to Cleveland Clinic Martin North Hospital for treatment, investigators said. No arrests have been made as of Tuesday afternoon, and the investigation is ongoing. Officials in Martin County on Tuesday unanimously approved a mixed-use development along a waterfront area of Rio that has been in the works for several years. Known as the Rio Marine Village Project, it will include 192 residential units, 3 restaurants housed in 2 buildings, marine and retail buildings, along with a refurbished boat basin. A master plan for the eastern portion of the project was first approved in 2020. The revised plan, approved Tuesday, includes an additional 6 acres of upland area and shoreline that extends to the west. The additional area adds another boat basin and an area of natural shoreline that will remain as beach access to the river. A boardwalk and pedestrian walkway will connect the entire waterfront area to Northeast Dixie Highway. Calling it the Learning with Democratic lawmakers gathered in Tallahassee yesterday to support legislation that would require public schools to provide feminine hygiene products free to students. House Bill sponsor Kelly Skidmore says feminine hygiene products should be as accessible as toilet paper and paper towels in bathrooms.
Our students are missing class because they don't have the money or simply don't have the access to tampons or pads when they need it.
The bills would require school districts to make those products available in female restrooms. Both Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump would defeat President Biden in the Sunshine State if the 2024 election were held today, according to a new Suffolk University USA Today survey of likely Florida voters.
Ron DeSantis would win comfortably. He has an 8-point lead in a hypothetical 2024 matchup. And obviously, Donald Trump, who won by 3 points in 2020, he's showing a 3-point lead.
Despite DeSantis' larger lead over Biden than Trump, Suffolk University Political Research Center Director David Palaligos says the former president would win a hypothetical 2024 Republican primary in Florida over DeSantis by 7 points. Tim Bird, the Birdman's funeral and burial arrangements have been made by his family. The service is set for today at the Beacon Baptist Church of Jupiter at 2 p.m. The broadcaster passed away peacefully from pneumonia. Lastly, this afternoon, more SpaceX Starlink satellites are slated to head into space. Then Saturday afternoon, the private space company Astra is planning its first launch from Florida using a rocket designed to fit inside a standard shipping container to hold down costs. A little bit of a rundown of our NBA scores from last night. The Miami Heat lost yesterday, losing to the Toronto Raptors by a score of 110-106. Golden State Warriors winning over the San Antonio Spurs, 124-120. And the Brooklyn Nets, they lose to the Phoenix Suns last night. That score was 121-111. And the anticipation, we are anticipating the Washington football team this morning will be announcing a new name. So we'll be definitely on the lookout, be updating you on that. Our news time is 7:26, and we'll have weather and traffic together next.
7:27 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation. It's time for a look at traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Seacoast Air Conditioning. Don't roast, call Seacoast. Bonnie?
Well, what we're seeing is an accident right now, and this one is in Martin County. It's on the Turnpike northbound in Hope Sound at mile marker 125. Traffic moving through there, and there's not any block up or backup from that accident. Other areas, including going up to St. Lucie County, to the north, Fort Pierce to Vero Beach, we're not finding any accidents to report right there. So, yes, traffic in that area is looking good right now. Drive safely. There's your latest look at traffic. And it's 62 in Port St. Lucie. Here in Stewart, a nice and mild 67. And here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front could trigger a few more showers across the area, highs in the upper 70s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Tom Brady officially announced his retirement yesterday. He'll make millions a year in retirement, like Tony Romo does as a broadcaster and Peyton Manning's forehead does as an IMAX screen. Today is Groundhog Day, while in West Virginia, it's called Grilled Groundhog Day. Speaking of, Wallet Hub rated West Virginia as the worst state for singles, but the top state for craft singles. And yesterday was the first day of Chinese New Year. It's now the year of the tiger, so remember to stop writing Year of the Ox on your checks. This is not headline news.
This is CNN.
Yesterday, Tom Brady retired. Today, he came out of retirement, didn't see his shadow, and retired again.
When we come back, we're covering kidney stone removal surgery live on the air.
No, I'm sorry. I've changed my mind. God, no.
From not headline news, we go to the stupid stuff.
And now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live? Why are people so stupid?
I like that about Tom Brady. He came out and saw a shadow. That was good.
Maybe he'll see his shadow and go back and play.
Wow.
He'll be playing for the Bucks once again.
You know, I don't know. I'm going to make a prediction. He's going to retire and he's going to come back a year later.
He has every right to change his
Yeah,
mind
he
now,
does.
doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah. And you know what? I think Brett Favre did that in the past.
Yeah,
He would
yeah.
leave the Packers. We thought we wouldn't see him again. And then he went to and we put our hands up in the air and we didn't know what was happening.
I know.
But Brett Favre came back a time or two also.
Bonnie, there's a 29-year-old Irish guy who is facing charges after he refused to wear his mask during a flight from Ireland to New York earlier this month, actually in January. And he mooned a flight attendant. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, he
my.
mooned a flight attendant. His name is Shane McInerney. That's a nice Irish name.
It is.
He was flying Delta Airlines in first class in January and had to be told dozens of times to keep his mask on during the 8-hour flight. He also kept kicking the seat in front of him and threw an empty can at a passenger's head. While they were serving dinner, he got up from his seat to complain about the food, pulled his pants down and his underwear down, and he mooned the flight attendant along with several passengers.
Oh boy.
The pilot came out to talk to him at one point. This is where this worries me. The pilot comes out. Who's flying the plane? During the exchange, Shane put his own hat on the pilot's head for some reason, then threatened to beat up the pilot.
Gosh, no.
No word on whether he'd been drinking or not, and the flight almost got diverted to another airport, but ended up landing in New York. And during final approach, Shane refused to stay in his seat. It turns out he was on his way to Florida to start a new gig as a soccer coach in Daytona Beach.
Really?
Yeah.
Like at a high school for
Yeah.
being a soccer coach?
Yep.
No kidding,
Yep.
huh?
Yep. It's not clear if he still got the job or not, but he's facing up to 20 years in jail for interfering with a flight crew, which is a major felony.
And it all started out by him not wanting
Wearing
to
a
wear a
mask.
mask.
Yeah.
He probably thought he didn't need the mask. He had the luck of the Irish.
There you go. You couldn't have said it any better.
But he must feel so silly about it now. And if it had been like a thing where if he was on something or he had been drinking and all of that, all of that he did in those moments. I mean,
And he
I
was
guess
on his way to Florida
he
to
lowered-
get a job as a soccer
lowered
coach.
the pants, put the hat on the
Pilot,
pilot,
yep.
and was mooning the passengers, all of that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's a new way of Delta Airlines introducing in-flight entertainment.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine so.
Yeah. 49-year-old Texas woman was recently in charge with a third-degree felony last week after she attempted to buy a child for $500,000 at Walmart.
Yeah. Where was this, in Texas?
Yeah, it's in Texas.
Yeah, and they're at a Walmart and
Yeah.
they're like in a checkout line,
Yeah,
right?
Yep. The mother tried to laugh it off when she was first approached at the self-checkout and offered $250,000, saying that no amount of money would do. The mother even told the woman and her companion to stay away from the child and waited until they left before exiting the store. However, in the parking lot, they confronted her again. The woman screamed and said she would give her $500,000 because she wanted the child really bad and she was going to take him. Well, surveillance footage caught the incident on camera. Police found out who it was. They issued a warrant and they arrested the lady.
Yeah. She was offering some money and then even more money. And I think the child was like a little boy, a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed baby, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
No amount of money can buy any of my kids. That's all I have to say. And I'm sure you feel the same
Hope
way.
that creepy woman is in jail.
Yeah, definitely so. Well, Bonnie, almost all of us have been turned down for a job at some point in our lives. And if you've been rejected from multiple at once, you'll know how frustrating and upsetting that it can be.
Oh, being rejected multiple times from work.
But for one woman, her inability to get called for an interview at around 60 different companies was entirely her own fault after she made a horrible mistake in her application.
She left her phone number and her email off the resume?
Well, it took her a few years to laugh about it, but about 60 job applications later, she discovered the reason for complete lack of response was that she was not attaching her resume to the emails like she thought she was.
Oh my gosh, that little attachment.
The little attachment.
Oh, no.
She was sending emails and she never attached her resume.
Can she just kind of like go back and do it all over again and make those attachments?
Well, it says,
I am hoping.
It says the document attached was the one she used to track her monthly menstrual cycle. She attached the wrong document.
So these employers, upon opening these, thought she was...
They knew everything about her.
And they probably thought she was being silly or maybe pulling a funny to get work.
Yeah, they found out an awful lot of personal information about this lady.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, her monthly friend cycle. Oh boy.
And I wonder if she was trying to get secretarial work where, she probably should know how to, attach the right attachments.
There's so many
do things accurately.
There's so many one-line puns that I want to add to this right now, but I don't want us to go off the air. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Indian police recently arrested a disgruntled charity worker accused of setting fire to a bank branch in Karnataka after being denied a loan. 33-year-old Wasim Hazaratsab Mullah, a charity worker from Haveri, approached state-run Canara Bank for a loan of about $21,600 in December of last year. Now, his application was eventually denied because of discrepancies in the submitted paperwork, which broke the bank's credit policy. Wasim allegedly didn't take the news too kindly, riding his motorcycle to the bank branch on Sunday, breaking open a window to spray a flammable liquid inside and setting the entire place on fire.
Wow. Yep.
Wow.
He was pretty upset about not getting that loan.
He was one ticked off charity worker.
And this happened in India?
Yes, in India. In India. You'd never see that happen here in Martin County, that's for sure. Never. You would never see that happen. Somebody doesn't get a loan, they go back and ride their bike and break the window and spray flammable liquid inside the bank and set it on fire.
Well, I would hope not.
No, I don't think we would ever see that.
Hope not.
No, Martin County's too classy for that. That's all I got to say. So is St. Lucie County. I got to remember to include St. Lucie County because we're simulcasting.
You just never know what happens anywhere, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more for you. A 19-year-old student at the University of Liverpool is going viral after telling the story of how Axe body spray supposedly made his nipples fall off.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I buy that for Gary every Christmas and birthday.
I can just see everybody spitting out their coffee as I'm talking about this right now.
He loves the Axe spray, and so do I.
Well, now he'll never have nipples again. He says it happened in high school when he was about 15, and there was a dare involved. He was in the locker room when a friend dared him to empty 2 full cans of Axe body spray by letting them blast on his chest area with it.
Oh, wow.
The point was to see if he could take the cold from the Axe body spray. Spray deodorant comes out cold because it's under pressure inside of a can. And he didn't think it would be that bad, but it was. He toughed it out and finished the dare by letting them empty both cans of the body spray directly on his chest area.
Both cans.
Both
huh?
cans,
Mhm.
yes. But then the friend decided to flick the very frigid nipples on his chest, and they broke right off. Literally cracked
Wow.
and broke right off. He says they were bloody at first, but posted a photo of what they look like now 4 years later. It's darker than you'd expect from his skin tone, and it's basically very, very flat. And it looks like the cold burned them off, and now it's weird with a dark scar. And he thinks it's pretty funny, though, and he has no regrets for what he did.
No regrets about it.
No regrets at all.
The man, it dried up his nipples.
He's
and
whacked.
The nipples are off and
Yes.
bleeding and everything.
Yes.
And no regrets about it.
No regrets.
Ugh. That's,
No regrets at all.
You know, that's very, this is stupid news. And
yeah, well, that's why it's in the
that's
news.
Stupidity at its best.
Literally, that will rank up there at the end of the year as a top 10 story.
Just spray 2 cold cans of Axe on me, please.
Yes, and call me in the morning.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, just not. It's just not going to happen. We do not use Axe in my house.
That reminds me, I don't know why that just reminded me of, I saw an episode of Impractical Jokers.
Oh, that's a whole nother show and a whole nother level of stupidity.
But those guys are so funny.
They are extremely very funny.
And I don't know if they still can be doing it, because I think they got so famous and popular. I mean, they must be recognized by now. No?
They take their show on the road.
But there was an episode where they were hanging out at the beach, and each of them had to take some suntanning lotion, and go and ask somebody at random on the beach if they could cover their bodies in the suntan lotion or oil. And it was a contest to see who could use the most on somebody's body.
Oh no.
To where I think is his name Mo?
Murr, the bald-headed guy.
Yeah, the one
Little
that's
short dude.
skinny and bald. And
Yeah.
I think he did the most. He did maybe almost the whole bottle or 3/4.
Oh my.
And he was just kind of lathering it all over the lady, and the lady was enjoying it.
How would you feel if a stranger walked up to you on the beach and asked you to do that to you? What would your thoughts be?
I think their angle was they would be like, "Ma'am, we're trying to sell this product. Would you be willing, can I just lay a little sample on you, on your arm or something?"
Sample.
And then but then they had to keep going and use as much as they could.
I can just visualize that, where they have the bottle of suntan oil and they say about just a little sample, and they turn over the bottle to squeeze a little sample out.
Yeah.
And the top is already unscrewed, and out pours all the suntan lotion.
Oh, that would be a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be a smart way to win the contest right
And
there.
a very smart thing to run very fast after you dump out the whole darn bottle of suntan lotion. Oh, there's your stupid news. And from stupid news, we go to the real stuff. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin this morning. Bonnie has the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. A controversial abortion ban bill is set to make its first stop in the state Senate today.
The Fetal and Infant Mortality Reduction Bill, which would prevent doctors in most cases from performing abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, goes in front of the Senate Health Policy Committee. Member Senator Lauren Book opposes it.
As a survivor of sexual assault and simply as a human being, I am appalled, disgusted, the very consideration of all of these measures as cruel and unusual punishments.
House version sponsor Representative Aaron Grawl says it preserves life.
We will be saving approximately nearly 5,000 babies a year.
Her bill is one committee approval away from advancing to the full House. I'm Eric Rodriguez.
The sheriff of Broward County is in hot water. The FDLE found that Sheriff Gregory Toney repeatedly lied on government documents. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll review the report before deciding what to do. Good news for those looking for work. Universal Orlando says it's hiring more than 2,500 new team members. Those positions include full-time and part-time options with base hourly pay starting at $15. A proposal aimed at limiting how various race-related concepts are discussed in classrooms and workplace training sessions passed a second House panel Tuesday in Tallahassee. Instruction or training that promotes concepts such as any person being inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, would be prohibited. House sponsor Representative Brian Avila says the measure is geared toward ensuring people don't face hostility on the job or in school.
No individual is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, solely by virtue of his or her race or sex.
Democrats say the bill is an attempt to stifle educators from teaching about some difficult parts of American history. The sole survivor of a capsized boat found near Florida's coast says at least 15 other migrants tried to cling to the vessel after it overturned, but ultimately could not hold on. Juan Esteban Montoyo Casado of Colombia language news conference in Fort Pierce that there were also Dominicans, Haitians, Bahamians, and Jamaicans among the group of 40 that set out for Florida from Bimini in the Bahamas on January 22nd. His sister was part of the group but died. Authorities say the boat capsized shortly after departing. Montoyo Concedo said a lot of water got in the boat, causing it to overturn. Montoyo Concedo spent 2 days holding on to the 25-foot boat before he was rescued last Tuesday. Indian River State College will open the Eastman Advanced Workforce Training Complex in early 2023. The 60,000 square foot facility will be home to several hands-on vocational programs such as HVAC welding, refrigeration, in auto and marine manufacturing. Campus President Dr. Timothy Moore said he's working to bring in industry partners such as Ford, GM, Piper Aircraft, and Derrichter Shipyards to work with the students. And lastly, a 58-year-old Martin County woman started the week off with a slightly bigger bank account. Florida lottery officials announced that Maria Chavez de Mendoza, that is, of Palm City, claimed a $1 million prize from the Gold Rush Limited scratch-off game. She chose to receive her winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $795,000. Officials said Chavez de Mendoza purchased her winning ticket from Smart Dollar, located at 413 Southeast Monterey Road in Stewart, and the retailer will receive a $2,000 bonus commission for selling the winning ticket. Well, Tom Brady, winner of 7 and 3 MVP awards, has officially called it a career after a weekend of all of that speculation over his future. He announced his retirement on social media on Tuesday morning. Now, the GOAT is retiring, but Tampa Bay Bucks general manager Jason Licht says he and coach Bruce Arians agree that they still have a strong foundation even without Tom Brady.
PA has already said that this isn't a rebuild, this is a reload. I look at it a little bit as a remodel.
7 of 9 players who made the Pro Bowl are under contract, and Light says a lot of teams wish they were in the Bucks' position. Our news time is 7:51, and we'll have weather and traffic together coming up.
7:52, the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's a blended show this morning. G and Ray on vacation. It's time for traffic and weather together, all brought to you by Martin Funeral Home. Bonnie?
On the Turnpike northbound this morning in Hope Sound, there is an accident, and this is at mile marker 125. Northbound Hope Sound on the Turnpike. We're not finding any roadblock there from that accident. In St. Lucie County, it's a good ride. The outlook's good this morning on the Turnpike there. I-95 running smoothly up in that area. We're not finding any tie-ups or accidents. And if you see something, say something. Let us know at 220-9788 at 220-WSTU. Stuart, nice and mild, and we are up to 70 right now, and it's a nice clear sky too in Port St. Lucie. Just a good-looking morning. It's 64. And here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front could trigger a few more showers across the area, highs in the upper 70s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Brady, well, I guess it's official. You're retiring as the greatest quarterback of all time. Don't feel like your balls are deflated. I bet you'll come back one more time. You're Tom Brady.
What a great written parody there off of the Styx song.
Yeah, that was most creative.
That was good.
Uh-huh.
I give that one about an 8.5. How about you?
I think 8.5 or maybe even a 9.
Oh, I'm right here.
Right on.
I'm right here if
That
you're
was-
looking for me.
That definitely was one of their better ones,
Yeah,
yes.
definitely so. Definitely so. Coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, Taryn Krisda, administrator. Today is Wednesday, so that's Taryn's day. She's going to be joining us and letting us know about what's happening in Martin County.
Yeah, everything good. Hopefully, all good news with Martin County, and
Mhm.
she should be updating us more on, what's happening in
Mhm.
Rio,
Mhm.
going on for the folks there, and all of that development coming up in their area.
Don't forget the word of the day is Ellie's. We'll give it to you one more time, maybe once or twice more. And in the next hour, when we tell you to call in and give us the word of the day, and this is only for people that have never won anything before. We have to give, the new folks a chance. So, and especially it's cool because we're blended on WPSL, so there's more people that'll get a chance. So if you've never won anything before, when you hear us say call in with the word of the day and you say it's Ellie's, well, we'll give you a $20 gift certificate from Ellie's Downtown Deli.
Yeah, we want everyone to enjoy Ellie's Deli, including brand new listeners.
That's
Good
right.
luck.
That's right. Good luck to you. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, and WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. It's a blended show this morning.
This is so much fun.
It is. We have a lot of fun here.
This is going to be fun.
That's right. We always have a lot of fun here.
I will see all of you in the fun zone.
Oh, okay. Well, the fun zone it is then. It's 8:08 this morning. Mr. Clock, would you please give us the official fun zone time?
It's now 8:08 a.m.
8:08 a.m. on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. And without further ado, we welcome in the Martin County Administrator, Taryn Krista. Good morning, Taryn.
Good morning. How are you?
We are fantabulous.
Good, good. So I was going to ask you, what's going on with the baseball? When's that get kicked off?
Well, here's
time.
Well, here's the thing. All I can say is, I guess they haven't reached an agreement as of yet. The players haven't reached an agreement with the bargaining table or whatever it is. So we really don't know what's going on. I went back to work last week because I still have to go through all my procedures of getting all the graphics and things like that already and getting the room all back in order. We got an equipment upgrade, yada, 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 and all that other good stuff. So nothing has been said. All I know is I saw the new manager, Buck Showalter, walking around the property, and that was it.
So maybe if it was a good thing if you saw the new manager, a little bit of promise maybe.
Well, he can still be there.
It sounds like you do have to go through the whole routine, the regimen and everything in the hopes that they're going to do it.
Yes.
And they're going to have opening day.
And
they got to be ready.
Yeah, and if it starts on time, because the headline today in the news read, it wasn't looking too promising that we may start on time. So I don't know. Yeah. And I need my baseball. I need my baseball. That's all I got to say. I need my baseball.
What's happening in the Taryn Krista world with Martin County?
I like that.
Well, we had a meeting yesterday, and we've talked a little bit about it before, but the Rio Marina Village over in the Rio area got approval. There's going to be 190 some homes and townhomes and mixed use and commercial, and they're opening up that whole riverfront to the public. So there's about over half a mile of walking area that will have access to the waterfront, which is kind of cool. So that was pretty exciting for the residents of Rio and that community. They've been waiting for years and years and years to get a good shot in the arm. And this is what community redevelopment areas are for and designed for. And so this is actually going to, I think, bring Rio, they're going to put them on the map. It's going to be a place that people are going to want to visit and take advantage of and spend the time over there. It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a place where people want to go and get some scenery and probably go out and eat. Like
there'll be a couple restaurants, and in the marina, you'll be able to, if you have a boat, you'll be able to bring your boat over and dock and have time at the restaurants or whatever you want to do to hang out. And it's pretty cool. And then that was probably the most eventful part of yesterday. We were actually done before noon. We did have a presentation from George Stokas, our assistant, who on the ARPA funds, the federal funds that we've been receiving, and how the county is moving forward, allocating those funds into the community. It's been a huge shot in the arm for us as a government to have that influx of those funds. And we've been very proud in the fact that we've been able to utilize them and come up with a plan and get out in front of it. And, people are looking to us as an example of what they could or could not do. And then we put a sign out Monday, which is great. We're trying to hire people. I mean, we have the same issue they're having throughout the whole, USA. Getting people to apply, but we have vacancies. We have, opportunities for folks that are interested. Don't be shy. You never know. When I started here, I started out I had my degree, and I started out in a non-degree related position, but then I was able to work my way through the organization. So if anybody, we're hiring for Sailfish Splash, we're hiring students for the seasonal, getting that ready. That'll be kicking off here in a few months. And so if anybody's looking for work, come to Martin County.
Wow. So there's no shortage of jobs in Martin
No.
County.
No, and I think you're going to find that everywhere, Evan.
Yeah.
It's just, it's interesting to me, but, particularly equipment operators, we're trying to put incentives out there. If you just got out of high school, we'll send you to school, we'll get you those licenses, we'll get you certified, we'll get you trained, whatever you need to
Paid
do.
tuition, basically, is paid
Yes,
tuition.
well, we do that too. We have a tuition program. So when some people think, well, government, but we have, we have benefits, we have holidays, we can be bureaucrats at some time because of our rules and regulations, but at the end of the day, we're a solid employer,
I hope they hire somebody to pump more water into that one water slide that I went on when I was out there last year. It was incredible. The water trickle was very low pressure.
Yeah.
And then, I worried about my stepson going down it because he tends to stop and play at things.
Right.
And you kind of stop halfway down the slide and you got to push yourself.
Aw, but yeah, we're looking to expand that water park and get some additional features there, and our golf courses moving and shaking. We're getting that done. I think we'll be having that. We've got our fire station over on County Line Road that's having their grand opening next week. We've got music at the mansion. This weekend's the Art Fest in Hope Sound. I mean, February starts kicking off, I think, that season, if you will, of activity.
And some kind of sense of normality as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it this morning. More and more people that I know have been exposed or come down with whatever, and it's just like, okay, let's just go.
And Martin County has really just incredible. It has it going on. I think more and more people have been coming out to the Riverwalk stage now and then for the concerts.
Yeah, I think more people want to get outside. I think if anything, if there's any value in what we've learned over the past 2 years almost is, the value of getting outside and having those open areas and having the ability to have that open space, to go to the beach, to do the things that you can do without feeling inhibited.
Yeah, and that was last summer already. We were at Sail Splash Waterfish Park, and it was incredible with the number of people that came out for it. Nobody was staying away afraid of getting sick. Everybody was out playing and splashing in the water. It was good.
I mean, you watched the playoff game over the weekend, the football playoffs, and what's nothing ever existed.
Yeah.
There was tens of thousands of people on top of each other.
Yeah.
Well, and I think when you're outdoors, you get this sense, a little bit more of a sense of security.
Right.
It's what I'm seeing. I'm kind of observing that.
Right.
So I think that, when you're in those events that are outdoors, you're going to see that.
The days of cardboard cutouts are gone.
I know, right?
And hopefully completely gone.
Well, hopefully, it'll be interesting to see with the Olympics how that plays out.
Well, they were talking about the news this morning that a lot of the athletes from China coming in for the Olympics in Japan and things like that, they're all testing positive for COVID, and they all have to for 10 days.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's just going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
Really
Is.
interesting.
But we don't have a meeting next week. Our next meeting will, I'm sorry. Yeah, today's the 2nd. Yeah. So our next meeting won't be till the 22nd. I can't believe it's February already.
It's hard to believe that it's 2-2. Yeah, I was just going to say that 2-2-2-2-2-2. I feel like I'm wearing a tutu.
I hope not.
No. Well, you never know with me. I mean, anything's possible.
And only I would see it.
That's right.
Our Facebook friends would see it too.
I mean, anything's
Oh, there you
possible.
go.
I'm up for a
That's
good.
funny.
I'm up for a good laugh. I'm up for a good dare. So if somebody dared me to do it, I'd go out and buy one. So
Oh, well, I'm not going to do that.
no, definitely not. So anyway, anything else you want to let our listeners know about that's going on in
No,
Martin
I
County?
think, we're just, Martin County is open for business. We've got a lot of good information on our website. If you want to see what we've got happening, we've got Music at the Mansion coming up this Sunday. And, there's plenty of things that you can do here in Martin County. And we just hope that everybody gets out there and enjoys it.
Music at the Mansion is a great event. A couple of my friends have actually gone to it, and I've heard nothing but fantastic reviews about that event that happens.
Well, if the weather's nice, which from what I'm hearing this weekend should be nice, it's a beautiful venue. I mean, you talk about being outside and you've got the mansion over, when you're sitting in the grounds facing the water, you've got the mansion over to your left. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful facility. And then, the amenities that we have there, this gorgeous lawn that you can just, and there's an open area. Your kids can run around, or your grandkids, it's just a great venue.
What nights do they usually have that?
That's Sunday from 3 to 6.
Oh.
Now, that's not every Sunday. Is it once a month or every single Sunday?
I think it's about once a month.
Okay.
It just depends on the availability of the acts that we're, the musicians that we're able to
All
get.
right.
But it is going to be this Sunday, the 6th
Okay.
of February from 3 to 6.
All right. I had wishful thinking this morning. I left the door a little cracked open, thinking that maybe she'd surprise us, but I guess my wishful thinking wasn't right.
I got stuck with the train. I was halfway thinking about it, and then I got stuck at this train that took a good 5 minutes before it got through, and I thought, I should have just gone to WSTU this morning and avoided this train. But I'll make it through there.
All right. Well, we always have an open door waiting for you. Definitely.
Yes.
So.
And I appreciate that.
That's Taryn Kris, the Martin County Administrator. She's on the program each and every Wednesday at this time, updating us. Taryn, we love you much, and we'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, too. Bye-bye now. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you this morning by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,803.80 an ounce, and silver opening up $22.68 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. $8:20 right now is the time on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, and it's all brought to you by the Joint Chiropractic. Come visit them now in Port St. Lucie at the shops of St. Lucie West. Bonnie's got the morning headlines. Good morning, Bonnie.
And good morning once again. A proposal aimed at limiting how various race-related concepts are discussed in classrooms and workplace training sessions passed a second House panel Tuesday in Tallahassee. Instruction or training that promotes concepts such as any person being inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, would be prohibited. House sponsor Representative Brian Avila says the measure is geared toward ensuring people don't face hostility on the job or in school.
No individual is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously, solely by virtue of his or her race or sex.
Democrats say the bill is an attempt to stifle educators from teaching about some difficult parts of American history. Both Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump would defeat President Biden in the Sunshine State if the 2024 election were held today, according to a new Suffolk University Today survey of likely Florida voters.
Ron DeSantis would win comfortably. He has an 8-point lead in a hypothetical 2024 matchup. And obviously, Donald Trump, who won by 3 points in 2020, he's showing a 3-point lead.
Despite DeSantis' larger lead over Biden than Trump, Suffolk University Political Research Center Director David Palagios says the former president would win a hypothetical 2024 Republican primary in Florida over DeSantis by 7 points. St. Lucie Public Schools, like many other school districts across the state, is struggling to hire workers, specifically bus drivers, food service workers, and maintenance workers. On Monday from 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., the district will host a job fair at district headquarters in Port St. Lucie to hopefully hire 20 to 25 new employees per each position. Starting next month, Duke Energy Florida customers will be getting higher bills. This comes amid higher than expected fuel costs for power plants. The Public Service Commission approved a Duke request to charge customers an additional $314 million. The sheriff of Broward County is in hot water. The FDLE found that Sheriff Gregory Toney repeatedly lied on government documents. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll review the report before deciding what to do. A new report says the number of COVID-19 patients in Florida hospitals is decreasing. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says just over 8,700 patients with the virus were hospitalized as of yesterday. That's down from just over 9,000 on Monday. Some good news for those looking for work. Universal Orlando says it's hiring more than 2,500 new team members. Those positions include full-time and part-time options with base hourly pay starting at $15. And lastly, the private space company Astra is planning its first launch from Cape Canaveral on this Saturday. Liftoff of the relatively small Astra rocket is scheduled between 1 and 4 p.m. So the 21-2 IRSC Pioneers continued to rise in the state and national polls this week. The Pioneers, by virtue of their overtime win over national power Florida Southwestern College, took over the number one spot in the state of Florida. Northwest Florida, who fell to IRSC earlier this year, fell to number 2, with Chipola third and FSW fourth. The Pioneers also improved nationally to the second spot behind Salt Lake City, who are a perfect 24-0. The Pioneers will play 4 games in 7 days next week, with Miami-Dade Saturday and FSW COVID makeup at home Monday afternoon, Hillsborough on Wednesday, and State College of Florida Saturday the 12th in Bradenton. The Pioneers carry a 9-game winning streak into Saturday's game against the Sharks. Now, all games can be heard worldwide on WPSL Global and tip Saturday at 4 p.m. Listen in. Our news time is 8:26. We'll have weather and traffic together for you next.
8:26 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. It's all brought to you by Seacoast Air Conditioning. Don't roast. Call Seacoast. Bonnie?
So we're still looking at that one accident on the Turnpike northbound. This is at mile marker 125. It's in Hope Sound, Turnpike northbound. There is an accident there, but there's no roadblock from that accident. Other places, we're looking at St. Lucie County, the highways there, the major highways, all up to speed right now. And US 1 looking good throughout the Treasure Coast this morning. Drive safely if you're... It's your latest look at traffic. And we're up to 70 degrees in Stuart. Port St. Lucie, we have 64 under a clear sky. And here's more on the forecast at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperature running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies. Sunday and Monday, a stalled front could trigger a few more showers across the area, highs in the upper 70s.
I'm WPTV First Alert meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
8:31 is the time on the Get Up and Go show. It's a blended show this morning. G and Ray are on vacation. They'll be back next Monday. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time for the space report. Here is the one and only Captain Randy Siegel. And Randy, do you know what the word of the day is by any chance for us?
The word of the day.
Yes.
Cold.
No. It's the word Ellie's.
Ellie.
Yes, Ellie's for Ellie's Downtown
Ellie's
Deli.
Downtown Deli.
Yes, because we're going to be giving away in just a little bit
Ooh,
a $20
yummy.
gift certificate if you know the word of the day.
Wow.
So we'll tell you to call in. Anyway, what's going on in space?
Well, yesterday I was kind of remiss because I did not mention about the Columbia disaster that took place all the way back in 2003. Unknown, when the shuttle STS-107 was launched, a piece of foam broke off from the external tank and hit the carbon-carbon wing of the vehicle. They didn't know how badly it was damaged until they started to come home. When the crew came home after a very successful mission in space, lasting a little over a week, the fire of re-entry entered the wing, causing the left wing to collapse and destroying the shuttle and killing the astronauts that were on board. Those that were on board were Commander Rick Husband, Pilot Willie McCool, Mission Specialist Michael Anderson, Kalpana Chawla, David Brown, Laurel Clark, and spaceflight participant Ilan Ramon from Israel. They all perished in that accident. As the shuttle re-entered over Houston, it broke apart, and for quite some time they were finding pieces in various places of the shuttle, including human remains. So that was yesterday. Today, astronauts on board the International Space Station have medical checkups. They have to check the body and how it's affected by the microgravity conditions. NASA needs to know about the in-depth examinations of an astronaut's body will help doctors provide methods to treatments for better health for long-term spaceflight as well as those back here on Earth. Kayla Barron swapped out roles in the station's crew medical officer chair with Matthias Marr from the European Space Agency. They scanned the lumbar spinal sections using the ultrasound 2 device with remote guidance from doctors on the ground. Barron then wrapped up the day with Raja Shri doing eye imaging, once again using the ultrasound 2 scanner. Astronauts in height when they're in orbit. Gravity, the lack of, of gravity causes their bones to get larger, and the lumbar area, which at some point causes problems when they, because it has to recompress in the when lack of gravity is gone, and they readapt to Earth's gravity. One of the experiments worked on by Moore was with concrete. They want to know how concrete hardens with the lack of gravity. The German astronaut worked in the Harmony module with a variety of cement mixtures, observing how pores, bubbles, and crystals develop as the sample hardens. They would like to use concrete on structures on the moon and potentially on Mars as well. The Russians, Anton Sheplerev and Pietro Dubrov, continue working in the Zvezda service module and the Nayuka laboratory module on various experiments. Rehabilitation of Peter Dubrov when he returns to Earth in March will be after a year in space, and the Russians say they do not plan to increase his rehabilitation period beyond what the normal cosmonauts have when they return home. The rehabilitation after a year will differ in restorative measures aimed at restoring muscle tone, coordination, and static kinetic functions, as well as quality for astronauts. They'll return on March the 30th. But Russia has a history of being able to get a lot of information from the astronauts when they return home. Get ready for this afternoon, because this afternoon at 3:18, we should see a launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base of a Falcon 9 rocket. This particular launch is for the National Reconnaissance Office, and it appears to be on track, and weather appears to be fine for that launch to take place. So we're going to wish them good luck from Vandenberg Air Force Base. But not to worry about launches here, because the next launch from the Kennedy Space Center will take place tomorrow. If everything continues the way it's supposed to, we should have a launch from the Kennedy Space Center of a Falcon 9 rocket carrying 39 more Starlink satellites into orbit. That launch is currently scheduled for 1:13 p.m. It could be extended and have another launch window, which is at 4:30 p.m. So we'll keep looking for that launch to take place. NASA's Curiosity rover has been scouring Gale Crater on Mars and the slopes of Mount Sharp. They've been doing this for some time now, but they have now detected samples of what might be biologically produced carbon. Well, the detection of the carbon signature is intriguing. It doesn't directly point to ancient life on the red planet. Curiosity scientists have not yet found conclusive evidence supporting ancient or past life on Mars, though their Curiosity's cousin, Perseverance, likewise found similar samples on the red planet. So while there is no direct connection, there certainly is an indirect one, to say the least. Astronauts learn to survive in the chilling factors of Earth, where they may have to land in a harsh environment. So cosmonauts and astronauts practice in a harsh environment. Tomorrow we're going to tell you more about NASA planning to deorbit the space station and Astra finalizing its first launch from Florida. So until tomorrow, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time. Make sure and tune in and listen. He gives you the best that NASA has to offer. Time to head on over to Ellie's secret word of the day, downtown Delhi, where Bonnie is standing by.
And just think, if you do win the gift certificate from Ellie's Deli, you can go on over and enjoy fresh delights like the fresh jumbo wraps. Chef Mark is serving up a bacon chicken ranch wrap. It's a wrap of your choice. I think a garlic herb wrap too, tomato, and with oven roasted chicken inside, bacon ranch dressing, lettuce, and tomatoes. And you can order a side item like some delightful fluffy potato salad. Make it some crispy cold coleslaw, or maybe some black and green olives too on the side are always really good. Homemade desserts like a half pound of chocolate chip cookies that you can take home. Key lime pie, make it peanut butter pie. Ellie's Downtown Deli has a full menu available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. They have a full service deli with dining inside and out. You can too have them cater your next event. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street. They're just off Colorado and Stewart. Call 772-781-6605. Make it Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stewart.
It is 8:41 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin for the best deals in town. go see our good friend Hawk Levy at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Bonnie standing by with the headlines. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
And good morning to you, Evan. Police officers in Stuart found a man lying on the ground, shot in the chest, and in need of medical treatment in a residential backyard on Saturday. According to a report from Stuart Police, Andrew Karasonier, who lived in a home at the intersection of East 14th Street and Southeast Apache Avenue, was airlifted to Lawnwood Regional Medical Center and Heart Institute in Fort Pierce, where he later died, the report said. Before police arrived, a man had called emergency dispatchers and said his neighbor shot him. According to the report, officers arrived at the home near J.D. Parker Elementary around 2:35 p.m. Saturday. Karasonier is listed as the owner of the home. Karasonier was found shot and resting on the step to the back door of his home. A responding officer said he found a different man on the ground outside the front door of a house across the street from where Karasonier was found. Police said they tried to calm the man who had been sprayed with a canned substance and was yelling in pain, according to the report. Stuart Police Lieutenant Richard Shine later said the canned substance was wasp spray. The man was taken to Cleveland Clinic Martin North Hospital for treatment. No arrests have been made as of Tuesday afternoon, and the investigation is ongoing. A controversial abortion ban bill is set to make its first stop in the state Senate today.
The Fetal and Infant Mortality Reduction Bill, which would prevent doctors in most cases from performing abortions after 15 weeks of pregnancy, goes in front of the Senate Health Policy Committee. Member Senator Lauren Book opposes it.
As a survivor of sexual assault and simply as a human being, I am appalled, disgusted. The very consideration of all of these measures as cruel and unusual punishments.
House version sponsor Representative Aaron Grawl says it preserves life.
We will be saving approximately nearly 5,000 babies a year.
Her bill is one committee approval away from advancing to the full House. I'm Eric Rodriguez.
A new report says the number of COVID-19 patients in Florida hospitals is decreasing. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says just over 8,700 patients with the virus were hospitalized as of yesterday. That's down from just over 9,000 on Monday. The sheriff of Broward County is in hot water. The FDLE found that Sheriff Gregory Toney repeatedly lied on government documents. Governor Ron DeSantis says he'll review the report before deciding what to do. Calling it the Learning with Dignity Act, several Democratic lawmakers gathered in Tallahassee yesterday to support legislation that would require public schools to provide feminine hygiene products free to students. House Bill sponsor Kelly Skidmore says feminine hygiene products should be as accessible as toilet paper and paper towels in bathrooms.
Our students are missing class because they don't have the money or simply don't have the access to tampons or pads when they need it.
The bills would require school districts to make those products available in female restrooms. Both Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump would defeat President Biden in the Sunshine State if the 2024 election were held today, according to a new Suffolk University USA Today survey of likely Florida voters.
Ron DeSantis would win comfortably. He has an 8-point lead in a hypothetical 2024 matchup. And obviously, Donald Trump, who won by 3 points in 2020, he's showing a 3-point lead.
Despite DeSantis' larger lead over Biden than Trump, Suffolk University Political Research Center Director David Paleogis says the former president would win a hypothetical 2024 Republican primary in Florida over DeSantis by 7 points. Well, lastly, a 58-year-old Martin County woman started the week off with a slightly bigger bank account. Florida lottery officials announced that Maria Chavez de Mendoza of Palm City claimed a $1 million prize from the Gold Rush Limited scratch-off game. She chose to receive her winnings as a one-time lump sum payment of $795,000. Officials said Chavez de Mendoza purchased her winning ticket from Smart Dollar on Southeast Monterey Road in Stewart. The retailer will receive a $2,000 bonus for selling that winning ticket. Former Miami Dolphins head coach Brian Flores is suing the team and the NFL, claiming racial discrimination. Last month, after letting Flores go, team owner Stephen Ross claimed it was because he did not collaborate well with the organization.
I don't think that we were really working well as an organization that it would take to really win consistently at the NFL level.
Flores' attorney says during the 2019 season, Flores rejected Ross's order to tank, offering him $100,000 for every loss in order to help the Dolphins get a better draft pick. Hey, we did mention this morning that the Washington football team would be announcing their new name. Well, they have, and they did. Evan, what do you think of it?
Disappointment. Sorry, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it takes so many votes. It takes the heads getting together and to decide what they come up with.
No
and
comment from me.
They're now called Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
Did that command your attention?
No.
But yeah, that is their new name, and it looks like that's official.
I can tell you what will command our attention, though. You want to know what it is?
What it is?
Traffic and weather together, which is going to be brought to us this morning by, let me see here, I got to look at my sponsor. Traffic and weather together is brought to us by Martin Funeral Home. Yes. So, Bonnie, if you would do us the honors, please.
Yeah, our roads are looking nice and clear. Our roadways are as good as the weather today. We've had a better, sunny, mild morning with the temperatures now. So the roadways now looking fine if you're heading off to work. On this Groundhog Day, we're not seeing any problems on our major highways, no tie-ups on U.S. Highway 1. Your latest look at traffic. Yes, nice and mild, too. We're at 70 right here in Stewart this morning. And in Jasper, Alberta, Canada, 21 below zero temperature. I'm freezing. I'm turning into a snowman or a snow woman just thinking about it. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Your WPTV First Alert forecast calls for temperatures this morning running in the 60s towards the coast and 50s inland with breezy winds. This afternoon, highs in the mid-70s, partly sunny skies, and a few fast-moving showers possible with those breezy winds picking up throughout the day. Tomorrow, another nice breezy day with highs in the mid to upper 70s. Friday and Saturday, highs in the low 80s, some passing showers possible, but mainly dry conditions with partly sunny skies.
8:49 is the time on the Get Up and Go show. And now joining us on our line, we're going to take a trip up to Fort Pierce. That's right. One of our favorite places to go see top-notch 5-star entertainment. Bonnie, you know where we're talking about, right?
You're right, Evan. And it's been way too long since I've seen a show at the Sunrise Theater. Mm-hmm. Just like one of my favorite places, if not on the Treasure Coast, if in the world.
Yeah.
It's a great theater to go to.
Yeah.
And Ann Slattery is on the phone with us. Good morning.
Good morning, Bonnie and Evan. How are you doing on this Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're warm. We're fine, feeling good. And we're feeling fine with your presence because we really want to hear what you have planned for this 2022 season and seeing shows.
I saw the lineup, and man, it's top notch. That's all I got to say. And you got one of my favorite entertainers coming in March.
And who is that?
Howie Mandel.
Oh, yes. Howie will be back on the Sunrise stage. We're looking forward to Howie's presence as always.
He's great.
What day is he going to?
That's for sure.
What night is he going to perform?
Let's see. Howie.
Just have lots of hand sanitizer for him. That's all you need.
Yeah, and Howie will be there on March the 8th. It's a Tuesday evening at 7:30.
Wow.
Do we have Ron White performing there too?
Yes, Ron will be there for 2 shows in May. And I don't have the dates right in front of me, but all of the listing that we have is on our website at sunrisetheater.com. That's the most up-to-date where you can buy tickets, find out about shows, and all of that good stuff.
2 great comedians. Evan off air and was, telling me just how much he wants to see Howie Mandel. That's for sure. I was able to see him some years ago up in at a venue in Wisconsin, and he performed quite well. But Ron White, now that's another guy that people would love to go see. Big fans of Ron White. I hear he might be retiring after this year too. So it would be great to get out to our local Sunrise Theater, get a chance to see Ron before he retires.
That's true. That's very true. And it'll be interesting to see if he flies into Vero Beach and if he has any altercations at the airport and with the Vero Beach Police Department again. So.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Did he spend a night at our jail? Is it true?
No, he didn't. He didn't stay at the jail, but he did send pizza, I believe, to everybody at the PD. He was late getting to the theater, but his fans didn't let us down. The bar was incredible that night, and they waited for him. What a surprise!
And I bet if we see him perform, he'll have a comedy piece about that piece of history with him too, here.
Yes. He, I think he worked that into his repertoire after his little run-in with Vero Beach. But quite memorable. But we even have a show this evening. We have the world famous Popovich Comedy Pet Theater.
Oh, wow.
It's going to be at the Sunrise this evening.
Okay.
And 6 p.m. And the Popovich performs in Las Vegas on a regular basis. And he trains animals to do tricks on stage.
Oh, wow.
So this is a great show for all the family, young and old. And he has cats and dogs, and I think there's even sometimes a goat.
A goat?
And, yes, a goat.
You mean Tom
and
Brady's going to be there? Okay.
Pigs and whatever else. So there's all kinds of critters that he brings on stage, and they do, they jump through hoops and their own little wires, and they do tricks and things like that on stage.
Maybe he'll have a groundhog there tonight.
They could have a groundhog, and predicting how our weather is going to go for the next 6 weeks. And of course, then tomorrow night we have another great show that's out of Las Vegas, Strictly Sinatra. And he does a great show, The Rat Pack.
I've heard about this. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. So if you're into, the Rat Pack and Sinatra and all of that, you don't want to miss tomorrow night. And tickets are selling really well. So if you're interested, we have seats still available.
All right.
7:30.
If people want to get tickets.
Oh, I was going to ask you one more. Are you bringing One Night of Queen back?
Yes. One Night of Queen will be back. That will be back in April.
Bonnie will be there.
Yeah. In fact, I went to see them twice. And
he is phenomenal. And we have him every year. I think he's only missed probably 1 year, and that was because of COVID.
Wow.
And he can really do
he's
a Freddie Mercury. He can just do
He's that good, huh?
Freddie Mercury, like to the T. Yeah.
Wow.
The actions, the look, and the sound is phenomenal.
Now, if people want to get tickets,
Absolutely.
give us some information in our final minute or so here on how people can get tickets to go to any one of these great shows.
Any one of these great shows coming up at the Sunrise, the easiest way is go to the Sunrise website, sunrisetheater.com. Or if you'd like, you can give a call to the box office from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Okay.
And that's Monday through Saturday.
What's that number?
You will talk to a human. The number is 772.
I like that.
461
Uh-huh.
4775.
I like the way you said that. You'll talk to a human, because nowadays a lot of places you call, press 1 for this, press 3, press 4, press 7.
Yeah. Well, we don't do that. You actually talk to a human.
I love it.
We try to give good customer service.
I love it.
Just give a call. We'll be happy to answer any questions and get you a great pair of seats and tickets and get you squared away to come see a great show at the Sunrise Theater in downtown Fort Pierce.
Yes, we'll be seeing you soon, Ann.
Yes, definitely so.
Looking forward to it.
We'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for calling in and checking in with us, and feel
my
free
pleasure.
anytime to call us.
Thank you.
Have a great
day.
All right, bye-bye now. So lots of Sunrise Theater. We've only got like less than 4 minutes left, and now's your time to call. If you're the first person to call, 220-9788, and tell us what the word of the day is. And this is only for people that have never won anything from us before. Okay, never won anything from us here before at WSTU. All right, so we got a call already. So let's turn this down and let's see what we get here. Good morning. You're on the radio. Who's this?
Ellie.
Well, there you go.
Is your name Ellie?
Good morning, Evan. Good morning, Bonnie. It's John.
Hi, John. How are you?
Alaska.
Okay, please do.
Hawaii, Alaska.
All right.
No, I'm good. I wanted to tell you a quick story if you have time.
We actually only have about 30 seconds. Just a quick question. You've never won anything before from us, have you, John?
No, I have not.
All right, then that qualifies you. You are the recipient of a Ellie's Downtown Deli certificate. So give me your 30-second story. I'm going to place you on hold and get your phone number from you and then tell you how you get your certificate. So go ahead.
All right. Well, Mrs. Murphy gets a phone call from the Guinness Brewery.
Mm-hmm.
And the man says, Mrs. Murphy, this is Patty down at the brewery. I have terrible news for you. Your husband fell in a vat of Guinness and he drowned. Well, she starts screaming, crying. Finally, she pulls herself together and she says, tell me, Patty, did he at least go quickly? And he said, no, Mrs. Murphy, it took him forever. You see, he got out 3 times to pee. That's it.
And drinking all that Guinness, drowning in a vat of Guinness, he had to. You got to do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
He made the best of it,
That was very good,
I
John.
like the Irish accent that was added in there for
and
bonus
the
points.
guy that froze his nipples off, he moved to Indiana. I think it was Indianapolis.
Oh my, that was good. That deserves another one of these.
Another $20.
Yeah, no. I can only give so many away. Oh my gosh.
I'll never think of Indianapolis the same now again.
No, never will. Indianapolis. All right, John, I'm going to place you on hold. I'll be with you off the radio to get some more information from you. So hold on. Bonnie, that's a wrap for us. What a fun show today.
Yeah. That was exciting, and John was most entertaining.
Yes. Man, we should make him a regular of the program.
I seem to stink so.
Yeah, I think this stinks so. I like that. Hey, listen, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Yeah, take care. Enjoy the lovely weather. Get your tickets to the Sunrise Theater with a lot of shows upcoming. And take care.
Yeah, have a great day, folks. God bless each and every one of you. We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station, WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast. Don't you dare go anywhere. Coming up next on WPSL, who is it, Bonnie?
Ellie's.
No, it's Cliff and the Swap Shop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was spaced out for a minute.
All right. You were thinking food.
I am. Yeah, Cliffy with Swap Shop next and more entertainment.
That's right, folks. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on another blended show.
That's all, folks.